Okay, let's get into it. What do you think about the Jay allegations that came out?
Well, because I get these questions, like, because people have been texting me, calling me all day, all night. And they like, well, this affects his reputation and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, if he goes through the trial, because when they say like a money grab, it's not a money grab to me. It's more like if somebody comes to me and says, yo, I'm accusing you of raping a 13-year-old and you want to settle, it's like, that's unsettlable. If it didn't happen, I'm not settling that because it's like saying you admitted to doing something. That's an offer that you just can't settle on some allegation like that. You got to take that to trial, to me. That's how I would look at it. So I don't think this lawyer came with the intention of thinking that, someone like Homeboy was going to settle. And then you have to actually prove it. So what happens is, and this is from my personal experience, first they try to dismiss it, but that never happens. It's just, to me, a procedure so lawyers get paid. And then you have to have discovery, and then there's the deposition. So there's where it could be problematic because either way, if this case goes forward, there will be a deposition. And that's where you can ask that person anything about anything. And that's where a lot of other things can happen. And you can't lie because that's the purpose of a deposition is if you say something that's not true and then they prove it, now your word is discredited. You impeach yourself. So that's the purpose of a deposition, to get you to say something on paper and say something different in the courtroom. And then, and then that's what happens. And, that's where things can get tricky, So for me personally, I've gone through that where I've been accused and then go through a whole trial. And in the trial, it just doesn't stand up. It falls apart. Exposure, because unfortunately, anyone can accuse you of something and you have to go to court. But it does have to stand up. And if you lose $1 because of that false accusation and it becomes frivolous, then you have a potential lawsuit against the person that brought one to you. It's just a patience thing and the tolerance to go through. But it's like, I don't want to say it's part of the game, but unfortunately, like, it happens a lot, these accusations. So, for me, I can't remember 2000, that MTV. I'm trying to think, like, what party? This is me now personally. Like, I don't know. I don't remember. So I don't know. I would always think and try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But on a personal level, I can't remember. I don't remember being at that party. I remember that outfit with J-Lo and Puff with the white t-shirts and watching that on TV. I don't remember going to the party, but I could be wrong. But I haven't seen pictures. If I know my outfit, I usually know what I did. I can remember based on my outfit. That gives me sort of context. But I don't see nothing. So I don't know. I was definitely surprised at the long statement because, I've been to court with Homeboy and he doesn't say anything. He never responds. He has his lawyer speak. So I know that it must bother him because he actually said something and the length of the statement. And it was funny because Honor Up just came out the night before, and I'm hearing words like honor in the statement. But again, for me, I have nothing to do with it, and I'm trying to look at it objectively like everyone else is. And then I'm like, yo, how does TikTok and all these people that they say sound crazy, like Cat Williams is looking like, because not to say things are true, but he said things would be exposed. So he's really looking like a fortune teller. And like Jaguar and all that, regardless, it's like, why are the people that are looked at to be imbalanced saying these things and then they're actually happening? Like, how is TikTok, pause. How is TikTok? Like, I'm looking at TikTok and it's like, yo, they've been prepping this moment for the last 6 months. TikTok has been literally saying that this was going to happen. If something is an issue, I'm going to speak on. I'm not going to ever act like nothing's happening. So I guess my point is, I think the most transparent thing to do, if I'm objective, is I think people want to hear what Homeboy got to say direct, you know? And at this point, if they put him in a deposition, he's going to have to speak to people he don't want to talk to. But I wish everybody the best of luck. And
yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in and look what the algorithm they put up in rotation and reeled in. Dame Dash, a lot of people been waiting to hear what he had to say ever since the news that broke Sunday that they was hitting Jay-Z with these allegations in this civil lawsuit with Diddy and accusing them both of raping a 13-year-old at an MTV after party in the year 2000. And the rain is coming down real quick. We got buses coming, but we got to get the job done regardless. But first, what I want y'all to do is make sure y'all go subscribe to Dave Dash YouTube channel, American New. Go turn them all the way up. Also, go over and download Dame Dash app, American New. I'm a supporter of Dame Dash. I rock with Dame Dash. I grew up on Dame Dash. If you follow me, you know that. But I'm going to keep it all the way thorough here. Dame Dash is playing the circle game when he is speaking. He's saying a lot of real stuff, and he's trying to stay in the middle, but then he's kind of throwing little stuff out there with it. You hear the little jab when he say, yeah, man, I heard him use words like honor right after I dropped my movie with Camera, Honor Up and everything like that. But he started also talking about the things that we've seen people on the internet doing. The thing is, when you hear these people with the theories and stuff, somebody can make a generic statement and say something that is, oh man, this is the year of truth, or people will get exposed like Cat Williams. He wasn't lying. Most definitely 2024 has been a lot of that going on, but a lot of that was going on in 2023, 2022 as well. It's just how the dominoes fall and the way that the ball dropping. That's just what it is, and that's been going on in the game. Just right now, everybody's tapped into the age of information, the internet, and that's just how the game is going to go with that. Now, when it comes to people with these theories and these little things on TikTok and stuff, people tap into them, but people tend to like bite into it more when you get something right. But they don't count the percentage of all the theories that are wrong. Like, people will just throw spit wads at the wall and miss 1,000 times. But if you get one right, nigga, you got a lot of credibility. You could have a 0.001% scoring percentage, but niggas is gonna say, oh, he got that one right, man. He knew what he was talking about, or he got 2 right out of 1,000. That's just how the game go with that. Now, he did allude to some other things. You hear it, he talked about the party right there. Oh man, I don't remember what I had on. I didn't know anything about it. He was around that time, most definitely. Might have or might have not been at the party, but you know, Dame is like playing it in that way, like, hey man, I'm not finna come clear him, which I'm not saying he should. I mean, we know him and Jay history. I'm not saying he got to stick his neck out on the line for him. They not around each other. But you can tell the way he's kind of talking and stuff. He started talking about the depositions, which those can be critical for you. That's what took Bill Cosby down, to my understanding, if I got that correct. So he's saying if they make Jay go do one, what could get said in there that'll hurt him and stuff like that. Then he also said, well, man, it's bothering him. And I would think, like, you got to know what time we in, Dave Dash. I'm going to keep it in bed with you. It would bother anybody. Jay has to respond now because of it's making major platforms. The integrity, the respect, and fall back, the just where we've been in this last 7-8 years in the game, it's a clear attack on the moguls in the culture, or just to tear people brands down, whether it be true something they did or false something they did. They just like, hey, we can convict you niggas on the internet and hurt all your brands, hurt all your deals and things. Y'all know, he knows, hey, they could go to a media storm, nigga, and drag me on this internet and hurt my business interests. Nigga, I got partnerships. I got people I take care of. Whether you like Jay-Z or not, a nigga gon' have to go ahead and address like, hey, they gonna let this go stink, get a bunch of steam. Every major media publication is gonna promote this all day. And if I don't clear this up and stop it, this fire gonna burn and burn and burn. That's why Jay-Z responded to it. As he said, he had kids as well. Now, I'll tell you like this. What he said is not a money grab, bro. If they basically hit somebody up and say, let's settle out of court, or allude to that language with Jay-Z's lawyer settling out of court, bro, it's a money grab. They're not going to criminal court, Dave. It's not a case. It's a civil suit. That's a money grab, bro. The lawyer is looking for the bread. He will settle out of court. And he also brought the reasonable doubt conversation into this as well, talking about, you know, the way that was handled and how it went. It's just the timing of all this going on, that it could be a trick to, like, they getting a bunch of information or trying to get information on Jay. And who knows, bro? You know, Dave gonna go all the way up there with it. That's just what he gonna do if he just looking at it because he said he's a thinker. You know what I'm saying? Dave is popping how he popping. He talked a lot more in depth on it and spoke on some other things as well, with lawsuits he's dealt with in the past. Talked about he had a hard time with one that he had, you know, went through some things and with his losing somebody and losing his kid, unborn kid, and most definitely condolences to that name Dash. He had lost his unborn kid and they got hit with a lawsuit right after that wasn't true. Very heinous, disrespectful lies, and he had to go through this process and stuff. So he understands it, he gets it. That's why he said it happens all the time. But at the same time, it's one of them things, bro. Gotta be able to call it how it is. I gotta see the proof. I gotta see the evidence before we jump the gun on something like this. 13-year-old, 31-year-old to another adult celebrity. I would have to see the proof, especially how the timeline went with them being contacted first. Not, you know, I just gotta see it. And if it's true, bro, which I'm gonna go and say that, and while I think it's not true at all, I will most definitely jump out there and come out here and report the facts, bro. I don't discriminate. I don't play with people messing with kids at all, nigga. No, zero tolerance, obviously. So, nigga, just tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. For shit show, stay on your pivot.